Four little words that still bring a smile to my face. Words that belong to one of the greatest cartoon and movie characters of all time. Welcome to Pop Culture Playback and join me as I take a quick look at all things He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Masters of the Universe was created by Mattel back in the early 80s as a toy line that blended science fiction and fantasy, set on an alien world with stories provided in mini comics packaged with each action figure. He-Man was conceived after Mattel rejected an opportunity to make toys from the Star Wars franchise. This led to the idea and creation of an original hero who could capture the imagination of kids by blending together different popular sci-fi and fantasy themes. The development of the characters and the battle to bring the idea to life is well documented in a number of really cool shows. I'll link them in the video description, and whilst you're checking them out, please do make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks. The franchise received a huge boost when the cartoon He-Man and the Masters of the Universe hit the screen in '83. Produced by Filmation, this series became wildly successful, and I remember watching it as a wee nipper myself and absolutely loving it. Airing syndication and helping to popularise the toy line and set the grounds for a franchise that would then stretch decades, covering multiple reinventions, whole host of different toy lines, a live action movie, we'll get to that in a bit, sticker books, statues, games and more. He-Man became a pop culture sensation. The world of He-Man is filled with stunning locations and memorable characters, each with their own unique power set and distinctive look. It's a friggin' elephant! Well, anyway, He-Man was of course our main hero, alter ego of Prince Adam of Eternia. He wields the sword of power, and when he lifts it aloft and says the magic words, transforms into He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Skeletor acted as our foil to He-Man, the main villain of our story, with a design that terrified many a young child. He's an evil sorcerer who seeks to conquer Castle Greyskull and gain its mystical powers, and it's possibly one of the most recognisable bad guys ever created. You know you've hit the big time when you feature in insurance adverts. Teela, the heroic captain of the Royal Guard and one of He-Man's closest allies / love interest, was one of the first cartoon characters I remember that portrayed a strong, competent woman to audiences. Teela was very much a badass, holding her own against Skeletor's forces, and really, I believe, paved the way for strong female characters in the future, like Buffy and so on. Perhaps one of the most beloved characters and one of my personal favourites is Oko, a comical floating wizard from another dimension, often providing comic relief, but perhaps hiding his true power and potential, something that we did get to see in later series. For me, the show featured some of the best characters ever put to screen. Within the roster of goodies and baddies was something for everyone. Whether you liked your mermen or robots, battle cats or stinkos, there was always someone interesting to learn more about. And you can learn more about some of my favourite characters over on the He-Man playlist on my channel. Bit of a plug. The Masters of the Universe franchise was a game changer in the 80s, becoming one of the first toy lines to have a TV show specifically created to market it. The show had a significant impact on children's programming and the toy industry, setting the stage for future franchises like the Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The toys were revolutionary for their time, with detailed figures, vehicles and playsets like Sexy Castle Greyskull and of course Snake Mountain. Beyond the toys, He-Man became a symbol of 80s pop culture, influencing comic books, video games and even clothing ranges. The series also touched on moral lessons in each episode, with He-Man often teaching kids like myself to be brave, loyal and kind. It may feel kinda hokey now, but back in the day I hung on every word, and those messages without doubt influenced the man I became. In 1987, Masters of the Universe was adapted into a live-action movie starring Dolph Lundgren as He-Man and Frank Langella as Skeletor. And by the sorceress, the kids across the land, including me, lost our little minds. He-Man was coming to the big screen. However, what we got left many a fan feeling a little disappointed. The film took a much darker, grittier tone compared to the animated series and saw characters transported to Earth. Some fan favourites were completely absent from the movie and replaced by strange new additions. I'm looking at you, Guildo. Although it wasn't a commercial success at the time, the film has since gained a cult following for its campy 80s charm and ambitious special effects. It also starred one of the first roles for Courtney Cox off of Friends. And you know what? Looking back, I don't think it's a bad movie. It's just not the movie I wanted it to be. But enough moaning. Let's talk about one of the best bits of this franchise, the toys. The toy line was central to the franchise's success, and Mattel created action figures with unique features, interchangeable parts, and a whole host of accessories. Classic playsets like Castle Greyskull and vehicles like the Battle Ram became staples for many an 80s kid. There was a huge range and variety of toys to choose from, and they sold like hotcakes. In recent years, new toy lines and collectibles have been launched, including Masters of the Universe Classics, a line targeted at adult collectors with new packaging and stunning figure designs. We also have a range of 1/6 scale action figures, which, as you can see, are very, very sexy. The retro revival continues with new iterations of He-Man toys that appeal to both older fans and younger generations. Original figures have become sought-after items, for some fetching a pricely sum. For a fan like me, these vintage figures bring endless joy. Hunting for them at fairs and conventions has become a passion and fills many a Sunday morning. More recently, excitement has been building for a new Masters of the Universe movie. Now, after several delays and changes in casting and creative direction, at the time of this video, we seem to finally have things back on track, with a cinema release planned for 2026. Whilst fans eagerly await more concrete details about the movie, it's fair to say it's generating much discussion and a lot of excitement. The film promises to bring Masters of the Universe to a new generation, whilst also honouring the legacy and origin of the series. It's rumoured to tell the tale of an earthbound Prince Adam who was whisked back to Eternia to defend his home from the evil Skeletor. But first, he must uncover the mysteries of Castle Greyskull and again become the most powerful man in the universe. It sounds mint! So, Masters of the Universe has evolved from a toy line into a multi-platform franchise that continues to inspire generations of fans. The upcoming movie holds the potential to reignite the magic of He-Man and Skeletor for a new era. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Masters of the Universe memories are and what you hope to see in the upcoming film. Now, I've not touched on the Kevin Smith cartoons. There's plenty in my He-Man playlist about that. Please do check it out. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope you choose to join us again for more Pop Culture Playback. And don't forget, you have the power, see what I did, to hit that like and subscribe. Catch you next time.